Alright, fantastic. So the Vancouver Canucks come away with yet another victory on this road trip as they improve to 5-1 overall with the win today against the Buffalo Sabres. And I know you're probably thinking if you saw the scoreline but didn't actually watch the game. 1-0, wow, this game must have been real close. I am here to assure you that that is not the case, and that the Vancouver Canucks really should have won this game by a couple more goals. But somehow, through it all, the Buffalo Sabres stuck around until the end, and they ended up making this game a lot more interesting than it should have been. But yeah, there was a ton that went on near the end. The game kind of got out of hand with a couple of the hits and calls and whatnot. So without further ado, let's get right into it here with the first period. Now, I do have to say though, although the second and third periods of this hockey game were quite good, the first was a whole different story. Nothing really happened, to be honest with you. There were a couple of chances traded back and forth. We had Big Thatch, who made himself a couple of nice saves, but let's be honest, do we really expect anything different from the man? The Lotto line had themselves a couple of chances near the end, and I have to comment on Garland's work ethic. Look at this man on the puck retrieval and protection here. This guy is an absolute beast, and he continues to shine for the boys. But other than that, nothing really happened. The score stays 0-0 as we head to the second period. Now, at the beginning of the second period, we had ourselves what seemed to be the Vancouver Canucks' first goal, scored by Boeser as he sniped one past the Sabres netminder. However, the goal was called back due to a clear offside from JT Miller, and yeah, there's really no arguing that one. Still, it was a little bit frustrating, but it's all good. The game remains tied 0-0, only for a little bit though, because thanks to our favorite bald man in the NHL, Sam Lafferty, he gets on the rebound of a Nikita Zadorov shot, buries it into the back of the net, and I was happy to see the boys go up 1-0, all until I saw Jordan Greenway throw a cheap shot on Lafferty after the play was done. This was clearly intentional, and I don't know what the ref was doing because he ended up getting cut in the face. There ended up being no call, which I guess whatever, you can't complain too much because it's a physical game, but I have to be honest here, that was clear as day, so it is what it is. We keep going. Here we have one of the most controversial parts of this hockey game. Miller gets in a battle here with Dahlin, and he has an apparent headshot on him. And then Dahlin forgets that you can't go diving on a frozen pond, but he goes down anyways. Miller then gets challenged directly after to a fight with Owen Power in which he destroys him in quick fashion. But then there's this argument about a 5-minute major. And to that I say, for what? Like, literally, for what? Dahlin is in a battle here. He leans forward. Miller has nothing else to check. He's not going up with his elbow. He keeps it to his side. This should not have even been a discussion in the first place. And rightfully so, it was not a 5-minute major. Miller just ended up getting 2, which is fair. And Power got another 2 for instigating the fight, which is the right call. So good on the refs for this one. But this is where the game gets a little bit unhinged. After Miller gets out of the box, he gets challenged to a fight by Erik Johnson, who, I don't know what he's doing here. He looks like a little bit of a wimp doing this little hand gesture. And then Miller tackles him to the ice once again. He goes 2 for 2 in this fight, so good on him. And yeah, at this point, all hell is starting to break loose because the Buffalo Sabres are losing defensemen fast. They already had 2 that were injured, and then they had one going to the box there in Erik Johnson, so they were left with 3 available defensemen, so they had to put a couple forwards back there. And then the Buffalo Sabres started trying to hurt Quinn Hughes, which I did not like at all. Of course, the NHL is hiding all of these clips. I can't find them anywhere, but Dylan Cousins, I am not a fan of this guy at all. Don't like him because he took a couple runs at Quinn Hughes. And buddy, come on. You look like the bird from Rio. You gotta stop doing that, man. You're not that guy. So I don't know what he was doing there, but it was a little bit annoying. We move forward, though. Mikheyev had himself a nice chance here. It goes off the post. And honestly, the Canucks could have been up 3-0 at the end of the second period. But with the disallowed goal and a post from Mikheyev there, it ends 1-0 as we head to the third period. And now in the third frame, the Canucks were looking a little bit slower. We didn't have that many chances, but we knew to stick to the plan of closing this out, not making it eventful, and just getting the job done, which we did. The Sabres had themselves a couple of chances late in the game, Miller with a giveaway there with a couple minutes left, which was a bit scary. But in the end, Demko stood tall, and he got his 4th shutout of this season. The Canucks win the game, and we move on to the Columbus Blue Jackets on Monday morning, which is a brutal time to have that hockey game. I don't know who's going to be available to watch that in Columbus, especially. I'll be watching that in school, but regardless, we'll see what happens in it. Make sure you guys like the video, comment down below your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Thank you guys so much for watching. And yeah, man, peace out and take care.